Hey guys, it's Lynn. Today we're watching Season 1, Episode 17 of Lost. In terms of recapping the previous episode and looking ahead to what I'm wanting to see in this episode, I guess the biggest thing that I need to see them make some forward motion on is the hatch. It's been 2 or 3 episodes since we've seen it or anybody's mentioned it. I really need to get back to that. I feel like that's a major plot point, and it's kind of killing me that it's just sort of been pushed off onto the side. I realize that there's been a lot of other stuff going on with Claire coming back and whatnot, but now that she's back, now that Ethan's dead, I really need them to get back to working on how to get into the hatch. One thing that occurred to me is that there is a person in their group that we know of who would be potentially very helpful in figuring out how to get into the hatch, and that's Michael. Michael in the real world has construction experience and also just in general seems to be pretty knowledgeable with this type of just figuring things out mechanically and how they work. And I think that he would be someone that I would seriously be considering bringing into the fold in terms of who's in on the secret of the hatch. That's really the main thing I'm looking for in this episode. Really hope we get more on that. With all that being said, let's just get to the featured comment from the previous episode, and then we'll just jump right into this one. Let's go. The featured comment of the week this time comes from a user named Narte. Once again, as always, if I mispronounce that, I am sorry. They wrote, "Great memento prediction, haha. Jack's dad was a dick, but I love seeing the pieces of humanity they add to him so he's not just a one-note drunk a-hole. Life is all about the gray area, and all the characters find themselves going back and forth on that spectrum, which is one of my favorite things about Lost as a whole." I couldn't agree more. One of the best parts about the show so far has been the in-depth writing on all the characters and how most of them are not really what they seem at the beginning. The show that comes to mind for me personally in terms of comparing that to would be Game of Thrones, where there are very, very few characters who are actually 100% good or 100% bad. Most of them are some variation in between, and even the ones who fall really far to one end of that spectrum or the other, usually at some point during the story get pushed towards the opposite end of the spectrum based on circumstances. If you would like to get a chance to have your comment read and get a shout out on the next episode, the first step to that is you got to leave a comment. So once you're through with this episode, type one up and then fire it on over, and I'll be picking one next time. Maybe it'll be you. Let's just get to the episode. Let's go. Hey there, Jin. How's it going? You're going to make my life awful in terms of editing, as it's way harder when I have to go off the subtitles. I feel like that's son's dad.
내 딸과 결혼하려는 이유가 뭔가?
아버님, 지금은 보잘것없는 시고 출신이지만 제게는 야망이 있습니다.
자네 아버님은 이 결혼 대해 어떻게 생각하시나?
제 아버지는 돌아가셨습니다.
꿈을 그렇게 쉽게 파는 사람에게 내 딸을 왜 줘야지?
따님은 제 꿈이니까요, 아버님.
Come on, at least give him a smile for that. That was a good line. Doesn't seem like the smiling type, but, you know. All right. It was blessing, but he's not really gonna talk too much about it. Not super comfortable with that.
정신이 나갔어? 빨리 나.
There they go again.
아니, 빨리 가자. Hey.
It looks really bad.
이제 너랑 상관이 없는 너는 이 뒤에 떨지 마.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I feel that, Michael. Try and do the right thing and get slapped for it. I get it.
아무 일도 없었어요.
I get that to him it kind of looks bad. It comes across like he's the only one that's always stepping in between them. Like it makes it definitely seem like there's something going on.
나 너무 행복해. 아버님이 살아계셔서 우리 결혼식을 보셨더라면 참 좋았을 텐데.
괜찮아. 어디에 계시든 기뻐하셨을 거야.
We're gonna find out by the end of the episode that his father is alive.
그땐 우리가 꿈꾸던 멋진 신혼여행이 될 거야.
Michael, I'm sorry.
Don't worry. I stuck my nose where it didn't belong. It's on me.
You must understand
Look, all I
that
understand is that I gotta get this raft finished so I can get my boy out of here and take him home.
when I slapped you, I was protecting you
Oh, yeah? From what?
from Jin. You don't know what he's capable of.
It's not my problem. It's yours.
You should try sea urchin. They got more pink. So listen, I know things got kind of nasty down there at the beach, and I don't want to get involved in husband and wife stuff, but I figured, you might need to relax. Come on, dude, I'm trying here. Okay.
He's trying to relax.
I tied this side down. Do you think this is gonna hold?
How does a woman like you learn how to tie a perfect bowling knot?
By dating guys with sailboats? Maybe we should get some rope
And you can tie me up.
and see what happens.
You are gonna love New York, Walt. No city like it. You just gotta see it, man. You wanna see it, right?
I guess. Can I go throw the ball to Vincent?
What's up?
Well, I thought I'd give you the heads up. Yeah, there's a lot of talk going on about what's going on in this thing with you.
I only got room for 4 people. It's one open spot.
Took the other one.
What's the matter, Doc? Feeling left out?
In all fairness, when he started talking about building the raft, came across as kind of an open offer, and no one seemed interested. So now that he's got it almost done, anybody that's like, hey, I'd be interested in coming with you, I'd be like, yeah, let's rewind like a week or two ago when you didn't do a goddamn thing to help get this thing built.
How much longer are you gonna let him treat you this way?
He's my husband.
Yeah, a husband you're afraid to tell you speak English.
He wasn't always like this. He was so tender.
What changed him?
My dad. Oh, something's going on. Something's going on. A lot of people running.
Hey, Charlie, what's going on?
What the fuck? Someone sabotaged the raft?
No! No!
That's a lot of work down the tubes.
Where is he? Where the hell is he?
That answer is way too easy. It definitely was not Jin. I get why you would think it, but it's definitely not Jin. Who would it be? It's also completely possible that it's not someone from the group. It could be someone from Ethan's group.
Where is he?
Back off.
No, her husband did this and she knows.
We don't know that Jin did this.
Are you serious?
Yeah, let's check the security cam footage.
여보.
What are you looking for? You have burn marks on your arms? That's not good.
다쳤어.
당신이 그런 거예요?
Dude, I was just starting to defend you. Come on.
무슨 말씀이신지
한변 차리라고 아나?
환경차관 말씀이십니까?
오늘 밤 메시지를 그에게 전달해주게. 내가 섭섭한 점이 참 많아서 그래.
무슨 일로 오셨죠?
백 회장님 밑에서 일하고 있습니다.
미스터 권. 네, 들어오세요.
That name carries a lot of weight.
여기 회장님의 메시지를 전하러 왔습니다.
제발 부탁합니다.
Yeah, he thinks he's gonna die. Wait, I could be completely wrong. What was that, Hurley on the television? That would be weird. It definitely is Hurley on the TV. I went back, I freeze framed it. I'm gonna put a pic of that right here. But I still don't know what it means. It's been roughly a week since I shot the reaction to this, and it just keeps going round and round and round in my head. And here's why I think it's bugging me. He has to be someone who's well known enough to be on television, okay? But B, he's not famous enough that the other people on the island have any idea who he is. And that makes me crazy because I can't figure out how those two things could coexist. There was a thought in my mind initially that they might be doing some sort of fake out where, yes, it is technically Hurley on TV, but you don't realize at the time that what you're actually seeing is just like the video was him getting into a car. So the idea popped into my head that maybe this is an advertising, you know, maybe it's come on down to Big Hurley's car lot and blah, 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 you know, 0% financing, whatever. But that can't be true because whatever the thing is on TV is airing in Korea. A, I'm pretty sure that Hurley said that he was from the US, but B, he doesn't have an accent that sounds like he would be from Korea. early on, before he was corrected multiple times, he was referring to Jin as that Chinese guy. So nothing in that lane of thinking makes any sense. It's making me crazy. And I know that you guys can't tell me in the comments. I know that eventually we're going to get a backstory episode for Hurley, and I'm going to find out, I'm sure we'll see from his point of view what was going on in that thing that was happening on the TV, just like we saw from Jin's point of view, the things that we had earlier seen through his son's point of view. So I know it's all going to come around. I'm fine with waiting, but as I've expressed multiple times on this channel, he's one of my favorite characters. We haven't gotten a backstory for him yet, and now I see him pop up on TV with no context whatsoever, and it's just boggling my brain. It's like it's just stuck in there, and I can't figure it out. Like, nothing that I come up with as a possibility makes any sense to me. Okay, Hurley rant over. Let's get back into it. Here, take my daughter. Oh, so Roy got his dog.
이게는 당신께 드리는 선물입니다.
Starting to get pulled in from the amount of power that has being associated with that guy.
What do you want? I'd like to talk to you about Shannon.
You want my blessing or something?
My hope is you won't object.
Yeah?
I was extending a courtesy, not asking your permission.
Let me tell you about my sister. She'll make you feel like the greatest guy ever while you get her food, whatever it is she needs. And when she gets what she wants, she'll move on. Don't take it personally, man.
I feel like I've mentioned it before, but I like the detail that he still has the half the handcuff on his wrist.
Messed up my ride, Chief.
I feel like I'd rather have Michael mad at me than Sawyer. Sawyer seems to hold a grudge a lot longer. When I said that, I didn't even take into account that when I said hold a grudge, I really was not even thinking of the fact that he flew all the way to Australia to get back at somebody for something that happened when he was a child.
Hey, there you are. Come help me with this. I'm completely destroying it.
You're very capable, Shannon. I'm sure you'd be all right building it on your own.
What's going on?
Perhaps you should find another friend to help you with your shelter.
Did you talk to my brother? Oh, where? You screwed up my sugar daddy.
Boone, where is he?
Don't know.
Well, if you do see him, tell him to keep his stupid mouth shut.
Should I be writing this down?
Only if you got a bad memory.
Do you like him, Saeed? Because if you do, like him, what's it got to do with your brother? Sure, you can yell at Boone till you're blue in the face, but all you're doing is giving him what he wants.
Yeah, what's that?
Control.
Everyone gets a new life on this island, Shannon. Maybe it's time you start yours.
This is basically John's main philosophy through the entire series, or at least what I have seen of the series so far. It's mainly just an extreme version of the person who moves to another state to start a new job, or moves away and gets married, or goes across the country to go to college. In reality, every single one of us has the opportunity every single day to wake up and decide who we want to be. But most of us are so locked into our roles in our family, or in our job, or in our school, or just generally in our social group, that this option never really seems to be open to us, other than very extreme moments in our lives.
Folks down the beach might have been doctors and accountants a month ago, but it's Lord of the Flies time now.
짠!
와, 진수성찬이네.
Yep, that's gonna ruin everything.
걱정 마. 오늘은 일하네.
정말 고마워요.
그래.
I call bullshit on that. Yeah, couldn't find you on your cell phone. Try you on your landline.
네 경작물 닿게 만들었다. 이거지? 함정집 집에 이 사람 데려주죠. 이 사람 하는 거 보고 잘 배워.
분만이 처리했더니 실험은 끄지 마시오. 알겠어?
Yep, I got it. No problems from me.
여보, 빨리 피해. 우리 지금.
The other guy's gonna walk in and kill the wife and the kid. Maybe.
내일 바로 공장 문 열어. 내가 당신 목숨을 구했다는 거 명심해.
That's the guy who stole my dog. Then he came back and beat the shit out of my dad.
이 정도면 알아들으겠죠.
What's he gonna do next week? Alright, that's the scene we saw 7 or 8 episodes ago.
아버님이 시키는 대로 할 뿐이야. 다 우리를 위해서 하는 거야.
The last time we saw this, we followed her when she walked out the door. We didn't get to see how it affected him while he was still in the room.
Michael! You burn my raft! Just calm down and think of it. Slow down. Look, everyone's gonna hey,
This is going to be the episode where Sun steps in and reveals to the group that she knows English. She's not going to feel like she has any choice because it's the only way to communicate between him and the group.
당신도 나를 못 믿겠어?
What'd he say?
난 아니야.
You said something to me? Michael? Michael!
난 아니야.
Michael! Say it!
알았어? 어?
Here it comes.
이미 불타고 있었어.
And come on. Come on.
불 끄려다가 내 손이 이렇게 된 거야. 손을 좀 봐.
There it is.
Leave him alone! He didn't burn your raft.
If he didn't burn the raft, then he somehow did something else that got burns all over his arms and I fell for it.
You speak English?
Didn't see that coming.
Your raft was already on fire when he arrived. He burned his hands trying to put it out.
Then why did he run?
For the exact same reason that you thought he did it.
How do we know she's not covering for it? Because she isn't.
I burned that shit.
Why would any one of us block an attempt to get home? We're so intent on pointing the finger at one another that we're ignoring the simple, undeniable truth that the problem isn't here, it's there. They've attacked us, sabotaged us, abducted us, murdered us. Maybe it's time we stopped blaming us and started worrying about them. We're not the only people on this island, and we all know it.
Dude, she potentially just saved your life. Maybe put off being pissed for just a little bit.
I'm sorry, man.
It's okay.
No. Come here. We all have setbacks. I mean, God knows, man. It's just life. We'll start over.
You're gonna build another one?
Yeah, a better one.
Can I help?
No doubt you can help. Come on.
Congratulations on starting to be a good father, Michael.
뗏목에 대해서 왜 나한테 사실 말해주지 않았죠? 대답하기 싫어요? 나한테 이런 이유를 모르겠어. 내가 뭘 잘못했는데? I was going to leave you. I was going to get away. But you made me change my mind. You made me think that you still loved me. 처음부터 다시 시작하고 싶어.
Hi, Dad.
진수야.
죄송해요, 아버지. 용서하세요. 아버지가 부끄러웠어요. 다시 시작하고 싶어요.
아니, 그럼 왜 다시 못해?
장인어른은 제게 시드니와 LA에 있는 드론 거래처에 시계를 전달하라고 하셨어요.
그러면 이번 일을 마지막으로 네 장인한테 해주고.
진수야, 손 떼고 다신 하지 마.
그리고 미국으로 가. 그래서 너희 결혼을 살려라.
I gotta pause it real quick because I've got a crazy friggin' theory and it might get spoiled in the next couple seconds. So I want to say it before this happens. So she learned English because she was planning on leaving him. This conversation with his father is definitely leaning towards the fact that he wants to leave this job and move with, just go to America with Sun and just stay. What if in preparation for that, he was learning English? What if both of them have known English this entire time and therefore he knows what she just said to him in English and he's going to respond to her right now in English? That would be crazy. I know it's a pretty low probability, but that would be crazy. Come on. Damn it. Never mind. I'm not completely abandoning this theory about Jin yet. I do contend that if I were correct, this would have been the perfect place for them to reveal it. But I also realize that the writers may have plans that I just can't see yet, and they may have an even more appropriate place to reveal that information. It really seems like it would be an even crazier reveal if his plan was just to get on a plane with Sun and move to Los Angeles under the impression that neither one of them knew a word of English. That would be crazy. So until I see something that a little more conclusively disproves this, I'm not 100% abandoning this theory. Let's get back to the episode. I mean, the episode isn't completely over yet, but that would have been the perfect spot for it.
What was that for?
Everyone gets a new life on this island. I'd like to start now.
Got yourself an opponent?
Hurley owes me $83,000.
It's been a while since you and I played.
I don't have $83,000.
Hey, you mind if I ask you something? Why did you burn the raft, Walt?
That's a big turn.
Don't worry, I'm not going to tell. You must have had a really good reason.
I don't want to move anymore. I've been moving places my whole life. I like it here.
I like it here, too.
Boat.
Yep, we'll start there.
So,
you got some kick-ass batteries in that Walkman.
nothing to ya. Why'd you say?
It's going to be one of those ones that ends on a legitimately happy note, or is this going to be one of those ones where we have this for a minute? No. I was just commenting on how awesome your batteries were.
Son of a bitch.
And I was wondering if something darker was going to happen at the end of the episode. That happens every now and then. Alright, so that was episode 17. No big crazy cliffhanger or reveal at the very end of the episode, so not too much to discuss there. We got to get a little more backstory into Jin, and a lot of backstory into Jin and Sun's relationship. We also got a little bit of a flashback to the scene where Jin comes into their apartment with blood on him and is washing it off in the bathroom when Sun comes in. We had seen this play out through Sun's point of view like 7 or 8 episodes ago, and now we get to see it from Jin's perspective, get to see what actually led up to it. So that was pretty interesting. We found out that Walt was actually the one that burned the boat. I was definitely pretty sure right from the get-go that it was someone from the other group. There's zero chance I would have guessed Walt. I think if you had offered me $1,000 and given me 5 random, like if you give me 5 guesses, I don't think I would have come up with Walt's name. Locke coming in with good advice again, this time to Shannon. Seems to have softened her up a bit. Hopefully that will have a positive effect on her going forward. The other big thing that happened is that everyone in the group now knows that Sun speaks English. Still no Hatch. So I guess we'll have to wait till at least next episode. I mean, we're getting right up to the end of the season. It's gotta come up again really soon. There has to be some sort of conclusion to that bit of the story. I guess the one other thing, and it's funny because one of the ways you can tell that Hurley is one of my favorite characters is that I almost always mention him in some form in the outro. But there was that scene when Jin originally goes to that guy's house and the guy gives him the dog. There's a flash on the television that the daughter is watching of somebody that looks a lot like Hurley. Now that I've watched the entire episode, I'm excited to go back and see that again during the editing of this video and see if I was correct on that. That would be a funny little tie-in to have him in the background. Similar to the scene in an earlier episode where Charlie was at the police station and Sawyer gets dragged in by the cops. Anyway, that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this with me. I had a great time watching it with you. If you wouldn't mind, please do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button on your way out. Hugely helps the channel. Doesn't cost you anything. I'd really appreciate it. Also, leave me some comments on anything that I might have missed. As usual, spoiler free, please. I don't need you ruining anything for me that's coming up. Spoiling something for someone 17 episodes into a show is really kind of a jerk move, so please don't do that. But any little trivia or tidbits, little things that I missed that you can point out that won't spoil anything for me going forward, I greatly appreciate. And other than that, you guys have a great day. I'll see you in the next episode.